Hello Sprinkles, and today we're going to do our very first Q&A video. Only 5 of you asked me questions, but one of you sent me like 20 questions. So let's get right into it. So the very first question, it comes from Quesadilla, and she asked, do eyebrows count as facial hair? But then someone else commented after being like, Nikki said, what is considered facial hair? So I'm going to answer both of those questions. Okay, so what I consider facial hair is hair that goes on your face. I mean, that's kind of why it's called facial hair. People might consider, oh, only facial hair is beards. Well, you know, like that one part of your hair that's like, here, hold on, where it's like right here. Like, this comes from your face, okay? That doesn't come up here on your scalp. It comes from your face. So I can also consider that facial hair. Their point, if eyebrows is on your face and it is hair, I kind of consider eyebrows as technically as facial hair. These next like 20 questions are all from Stevia.
I'd like to be clear, my name is Steve, and I will not be referred to as any food product.
Okay.
Carry on.
The first question he asked me was, what is your favorite movie and why? My favorite one will have to be Mom's Night Out. I love that movie. I like it because it has lots of comedy in it. I don't know, I just love comedy. It's just, I'm really into comedy right now. But I mean, it does have a car chase, so there's some action for you there. It also doesn't have like stupid comedy, like things are actually funny in it, if you know what I mean. And like the comedy isn't like inappropriate, it's nice. And it's also a Christian movie, so it has a Christian like valuable lesson to it. But it's not one of those cheesy Christian movies. Next question is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? I think I would like to have the power of shadows. What's your most embarrassing moment? Okay, so I don't get embarrassed easily, but the most recent embarrassing moment I can think of was actually a couple days ago. And I don't know why this was so embarrassing to me, but I just felt embarrassed. It's probably not a big deal to some people. I was whispering to Sushi, being like, I can see the resemblance with him and his dad. And then she whispered, being like, hey, that's his brother. And I felt so bad. And I found out that they're like 3.5 years apart, and I'm just like, he's not even that old. What are you most proud of? I guess what I'm most proud of, if it's talking about myself, I guess what I'm most proud of is that as I've gotten older, I've grown, and I've gotten more comfortable of embracing who I am and being more myself and just being unique. Hey, why are you a Christian? So I was lucky enough to be raised in a Christian home, and so I was very exposed to that at a young age. During my preteen years is when I started to understand more and started to actually take things taking Christianity more seriously. I did it because just like hearing what God did for me and like how blessed I am and just how much he loves me. For me, it's just like, how can I not pursue him? How can I not go after him? He's done so much for me. The least I can do is have a relationship with the dude. That's mainly what Christianity is just basically having a relationship with God. And when you have a relationship with him and when you get closer to him, then that's when you start to want to obey him and to truly desire him and become more like him. I don't know if that really answered the question, but I hope it did. Why do bad things happen to good people? Define good people, because I mean, there's good people, yes, but technically we're humans, so we're all sinners, so technically we're bad people. But I know what you mean by good people. Good people as if like people who try to do the right thing, who are polite, who are nice, have good morals, manners, most likely Christians. It's not like, oh, only bad things happen to bad people or only good things happen to good people. I mean, have you read the story of Job? You can learn from the bad things, okay? Jesus is so beautiful that he's able to use the bad things that happen in your life, and he's going to be using it for good. Sometimes you might go through rough seasons because it would push you to get closer to God and for just to practice to even go to him and come to him. Sometimes it could be just God disciplining you and just like giving you some tough love, you know? Have the answers for everything, and maybe it's none of those things. The only one that I would actually know is God, and I'm not God. So, okay, next question is, who do you want to marry? Okay, right now, I don't have any crushes on any guys. I guess the type of guy that I want to marry is definitely a sold-out Christian one who pursues God, and I want him to love God more than he loves me. I don't want to get in the way of his relationship with God. I like guys who are funny. I would want them to have similar interests as me. They don't have to be into everything I'm into, but I want them to like maybe one show that I like, maybe into like Marvel or something, I don't know. Or maybe into music. I like music. I could use a guy into music. Just artsy guys. There we go. Artsy dartsy. Whatever. If you could choose between saving all of this, the whole city except your family, or saving your family and killing the rest of the city, what would you do? Ooh. Are you talking about like my immediate family or like cousins and aunts and uncles, like those distant families? Wait, but not all my family lives in the same city. So if you're talking about just the family that lives in the city that I live in, does it not mean that technically not all my family would die? I think I would have to choose killing off my family. What you want to be when you grow up? I want to do something in film, and then music on the side. With film, I don't know if I want to be the person behind the camera recording things, or if I want to be the editor. I do like editing a lot. Though I do like experimenting with different shots and stuff too, and different angles. I don't know, I also kind of like the idea of being a director. But then maybe if I'm in film, maybe I can like also write scripts or something. I don't know. Pizza or tacos? Hands down, tacos. Even though I have a pizza emoji, pizza's nice and all, but I love Mexican food. That's why you might catch me say, oh my taco, because tacos are beautiful, and I even had that for lunch today. So, have you ever heard God speak? Do you mean like his? Do you mean like hearing his, like him speak like audibly, like hearing his voice, like knowing what he sounds like? Or do you mean like hearing him speak as if like, oh, like God spoke to me through the Bible, or God spoke to me through this person, like, or God spoke to me through this picture or something? I've never actually heard his like voice. I wish I can hear his audible voice. I feel like that'd be really cool. Would you rather be blind or deaf? Okay. It's funny because I know that this is an easy question because I ask this like all the time to people, and I feel like usually people say deaf because they want to be able to see things. But I want to be blind. I would rather be blind than deaf because music. I don't know where I'll be without music. I need music, okay? People always assume, oh, if you're blind, then all you see is blackness. Not necessarily. There is color blindness. So what if I'm colorblind, you know? I wouldn't mind being colorblind. I wouldn't mind being like, my vision is like so bad and blurry that I'm like legally blind. You know, I already have glasses anyway. It's not gonna change that much. I love glasses too much. Would you rather have a constant runny nose that could never go away, or constantly have earwax come out of your ears like McDonald's ice cream maker? Okay, that's very visual there. I think I would rather have it, but if it's like constantly runny, then I think that would get annoying with your ears being. I think I would go with the nose, like constant runny nose. And what is your favorite memory? Favorite memory? Okay, I think my favorite memory is when I went to teen camp. And I wanted to be so overwhelmed with God's presence that I couldn't even stand, and that I would just kind of like collapse and fall down. Cause I don't know, I just wanted to be, I don't know, because it's never happened to me before, and I wanted to experience that. I mean, I felt God's presence very strongly, but not strong enough where I couldn't stand, and I wanted just to experience that in a different way. And so that did end up happening. He said, I love you, and that was like the first time I 100% like truly meant it, and it was just so beautiful for me. If you could do anything and you knew you wouldn't fail, what would you do? I think be a singer. I don't know, I kind of like the idea of being a singer, and just knowing that if I'd be like successful in that or being like a paid YouTuber and like having YouTube being a job. I don't want to be like I want to be known, but I wouldn't want to be super famous where I couldn't have like a life, if that makes sense. And I want it to be like, well, where I'm known enough that way people would like hear me and like listen to me, but like I can still have like a smaller community, and it would be easier to like reach some of my fans and stuff. I feel like if you have like so many followers, then it's like so hard to like take the time to actually, I don't know, read people's comments or read people's messages like, oh, that video, or oh, that song spoke to me. Or maybe I could do both, like video and like YouTube and that. I mean, kind of like with Jamie Grace. That like, I don't know if you, because Jamie Grace is like does YouTube stuff like that, and I don't know, I feel like that would be cool, because then like you can, if you have like a smaller community, like not too small, but like a medium-sized community, yeah, like a medium-sized community, that way I can also take the time to like get to know a little bit of my fans and wanted to make them feel special, because they always make me feel special because they're like my fans, so I want to do that in return. Next question is from Chocolate Chip, and she asked, what's your most scariest experience in life? Okay, so far, my most scariest experiences in life, when I went to the day that I knew that there was a threat on the school, but I still went to school anyway. Like, that was just so terrifying. I was just so jumpy throughout the day, and I'm just like, shut the door. Like, I didn't want to be near the door, playing scenarios in my head, being like, okay, what would I do? Oh, I would hide here in the room, or this room has like 2 doors, where would I go hide? And at the end of the day, I was like, I survived. And then the last question I got was from Jackie in the Box, and she asked, why are you such an incredible human being? First off, thank you. Second off, I'm such an incredible human being because Jesus. So thank you for sending in a question, that way this video could actually happen. And I had a lot of fun with your interesting questions. Too bad if you love this video, you can only give it a like, but that's what subscribing is for. Be unique and start a wave. Peace out.